Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with my December garden tour. It is a little bit late, but it's better late than never. So we will starting this garden tour on my pumpkin trellises. So what I've noticed in this trellis is that my flat white bulb is having some powdery mildew. Everything starts with this flat white ball. At first, the squash bugs, they started here. And now I'm noticing all of the powdery mildew. And I have about 2 pumpkins on this line. I have 2 pumpkins. One, the fruit fly had gotten to it, but it's not that bad because it's managing to grow. And I had another one that was somewhere here, which also the fruit fly had gotten to it and it got rotten. So I'm left with just these two, and I don't know if I'm going to have more now that it has already started to have powdery mildew. Yesterday it wasn't this bad, but today it looks even worse than it was yesterday. So I'm going to try and apply the bicarbonate soda method and see if whether it's going to work or not. And then the what? This is the Queensland's blue pumpkin. This one. I'm also starting to see some powdery mildew. It wasn't there yesterday, or maybe it's because of this, so it's starting to spread. And I can see a few pumpkins on this, and hopefully I will have pumpkins growing. And then as for the rest of the other pumpkins, the other ones, they are still relatively small. And as for my cucumbers, and then here my baby squash is finally growing now that it's raining a little bit more. And then here I used to have cucumbers which died because of the heat wave we had in the first week of the month. And then here my butternut also is starting to grow, and I have some marigolds growing here. All of this is butternut all the way. And then I have some watermelons growing on this part of the garden. And here I have some alyssum, which is no longer showing. Maybe it's because it's not getting the sun. And the thing is about this tomato plant, it's being shaded out by the sunflowers. And I had planted the tomatoes a bit early than the sunflowers, but the sunflower managed to catch up really fast. And then on this side, look at the sunflowers. Are they not looking beautiful? And they are growing quite well. And look at this difference. Just look at the difference. Look at this tomato plant and look at the other one. The height difference is just out of this world. And I have tomatoes already growing there. Soon I'll start harvesting. And then on this side, I have a cantaloupe plant. This is also a cantaloupe plant. And then I have butternut. And I have those 2 cucumber plants that managed to survive the heat. And hopefully everything will go well. I was hoping this will close properly, but now that I'm seeing some powdery mildew, I need to come and remove the leaves that are mostly affected, and I don't know why it's just that, or maybe it's because for the past few days it's been just humid and wet at the same time. That is why the powdery mildew is spreading thus fast. And then here the foxtail plant is bouncing back after it got frostbite. And look at my little white soldiers. They are no longer flowering. Now it's just the greenery. And my blue finger plant is this not looking great. And my jelly bean and my elephant ear plant And then as for the rose wall, it looks like it is done flowering. I am getting a bit of a flux there and there. I think it's because the reason I'm not getting a second wave of roses, I was not really on top of my game when it comes to deadheading. You need to deadhead in order to get some more flowers, but I was not deadheading. So I'm getting a little bit there and there, not as much as I did have in October and November. And here's this flower. This flower, I never seem to remember its name. And it's beautiful with its pink flowers. With its pink flowers. And here, my grasses, they actually done flowering. I need to come and vacate so that I can get a second wave of flowers. Otherwise, it's going to be the same story with. And look at how beautiful and white those flowers are. And here, the same flower is actually bigger. And what else did I notice? My Indian short plant, ne? It is flowering, guys. Look at the peak of radiance coming out from there. It is flowering, but I think where I had placed it, ne, it's being suffocated because this plant, ne, it grows quite big, but it's not right now. And as for my shrubs, I need to come and trim them back down again. It's been raining a lot, so it's also growing really fast. I need to come and do that. And then at the bottom of the shrubs, even those ones, they are running wild now. They are running wild. Just look at this. And this aloe family plant, it's flowering, guys. Look at this. Is this flower not beautiful? Is this just not beautiful? And then the rest of the garden. This year I did not really have a lot of flowering happening here with my grasses, and I do not know why is that. And my elephant ear plant, if you guys can remember, it was way big, so I had cut it back. It's starting to bounce back. And my jade plant there at the bottom, and my blue fingers and at the back there. And then on this garden bed, guys, this garden bed seems to suffer the most. It dries out so fast. I do not know why, but the zinnias, they are trying to hang in there. They are really trying. And then my paprika, guys, look at this. Just look at this. They are ripening and the plant is growing big. If you guys can remember, I had overwintered this plant. And I'm also getting even more flowers out of this. Wow, guys, this is so exciting. And the two sunflowers I had planted in the middle of this garden bed, they are growing tall. And I have some nasturtiums at the bottom here. And then carrots. I had carrots almost everywhere here, and they all died, and I'm left with about 2 carrots. But now I had planted some coriander, and I also have tomatoes. This is what is this? Cauliflower and dill. This year I have quite a lot of dill, and if you guys remember, I used to have switch shad here. All of it died. Now that's why I had replanted this garden bed. And I have eggplants. This is an eggplant, and I have my spring onion. Hopefully this garden bed will bounce back, because I'm still very much amazed by this paprika plant. and say hi to my northern exposure plant. It's flowering and it's getting bushier and bushier. I did trim the side during the week because it was starting to block on my garden bed, so I did have to trim it, and already here it's starting to close the walkway. But gee, otherwise those flowers are the most beautiful pink I've ever seen. And then on this side of the garden bed, not a lot is happening. Yesterday I had planted some sweet corn all over here. If you guys remember, last year I had planted popcorn on this garden bed, popcorn and sweet corn both. Yeah, and the reds got to eat that popcorn for me, but I did plant some sweet corn, and here at the bottom I have nasturtiums. These are all self-seeded. This year I did not plant any nasturtiums. They are all self-seeded. And then I have my coriander, I have parsley. I actually had three plants of parsley, which two died. I'm left with one, and I have dill, some more dill, another sunflower head. You know, I think I need to start staking my sunflowers because they just love to lean over for some weird reason. And then I still have some nasturtiums. Are they not looking beautiful? And I have my purple cauliflower there, my sugarloaf cabbage, some chilies. This I do not know which type of peppers they are. I guess I will find out soon enough because this one has already started flowering. Has already started flowering. I have some more marigolds, and I also have cauliflower. And then on this stand here I have planted another cantaloupe, and yesterday I did put some butternut. Let's see which takes off first. Some more nasturtiums, and then I also have another Roma tomato growing in this garden bed. All in all, I think I should have planted the corn a bit earlier in the season, because the thing is I was planning to plant artichokes in this garden bed, but then my artichokes did not germinate. That is why I ended up having to plant my corn yesterday. And then on this side of the wall, I have my tomato garden bed, which, guys, is doing so well, and I'm happy. It is doing so well, even though sometimes I feel like it's growing so slow, but it's still doing so well. And I was looking at the leaves yesterday. The leaves are no longer curling because my plants were being stressed out because of them heat wave we were having, and then at the same time we had some water issues in my area. I couldn't really water my garden, so the leaves were starting to curl up. But now when I look at them, they are doing so well. The curling is gone because for the past 2 to 3 days it's been raining, so which is good for my garden, and I'm happy for it. So I'm going to bring you guys up close. Guys, it looks like they are caterpillars because I've planted this deal and now it looks like it has been chopped off. But hopefully it will bounce back and continue to grow even more. So these are my yellow cherry tomatoes. Look at all the tomatoes that are in here, guys. It started to give some fruit, even though I was very much consistent with removal of the flowers because I wanted it to grow a little bit more before it started giving me some fruit. But then I decided to leave it alone, and then at the edge here I planted some herbs. I have dill growing here, and I have this self-seeded bean plant. This came on its own. If you guys can remember, last year I had grown beans in this entire garden bed. I had beans in this entire garden bed. I'm actually surprised that I only have one plant that came about. And then on this side, I still have some more dill. Guys, this year it's my dill year. It's my dill here, and I have lemon basil. I have lemon basil up until to that white marker there, and after that I still have some more dill, and then have your normal basil. This is all your normal basil at the edge of this garden bed. And then on this, I also did start to see some fruit on my raw date tomatoes. I did start to see some fruit, and then even my Roma tomatoes, they are also growing, even though I feel they are a bit little behind. They are a little bit behind. And then my other cherry tomatoes, these are the sweetie something. I will put the name on the screen. I'm also starting to see some fruit on them. And then at the edge of the garden bed, just look at the color, guys. Is the color not beautiful? All of this flux of color that's happening here. And the nice thing about zinnias, every year when they come back, you get a few new colors in the garden. Like this one, I didn't have this type of pink last year. And I also definitely did not have white last year. I did have this orange. No, it was not this orange. It was definitely this orange. And then look at that pink. Like, just look at the contrast of all these flowers. Yo, guys, this is so beautiful. It is just beautiful, if I may say so myself. And then on this little corner here, the zinnias are also showing up, and I have a new addition, guys. I have a banana tree growing there on that spot, and I have some nasturtiums. And then at the back there, I have another blueberry plant. I actually put it there because of the heat, so I decided to put it behind the other trees so that it can benefit from a little bit of shade. And then my granadilla tree, guys, it did flower a lot, and then I lost all of the flowers. I lost all of the flowers afterwards, so I guess the tree was not ready to bear fruits yet. And then at the side here, I have my red grapevine. It's growing, guys. It is finally showing some growth. Look at it. Look at it. That's it up to there. And then at the bottom, I decided to plant my lettuce there because it's just too hot for lettuce to grow now. So I thought growing it under the grapevines will be great for it. And then, can you appreciate my grapes, guys? My grapes, like, I can't get over the fact that I'll be having my own grapes. This is just too amazing. Look at all of the grapes. Look at them hanging there. Just look at them. All of this. And look at the growth of this tree. I had trimmed all this in winter this year, and it's growing all over again. And then even here, all of this is the same tree. It's branching out all of here. It's one vine all the way but still one vine. So it's growing pretty fast, and hopefully by next year, all of this will be covered. Once this is covered, I can get myself a hammock. I can get myself a hammock for real. And these are my extra Roma tomatoes that are remaining. And guys, my mint did bounce back on its own. It had died for some weird reason, but it decided to come back on its own accord. So I need to come and harvest. And then my other blueberry bush, the heat, it was suffering. Look at all the brown leaves, but it is bouncing back. I don't have a lot of things in pots now because I've transplanted most of it. Even my guava trees, I think I need to transplant them now. They are big enough. They are not going to give me problems. And I have this situation here, guys. This is a separate video of its own. I think 2 or 3 videos will be coming up explaining the situation here. So I'm not gonna talk about it right now. And then on this garden bed here, I have all of my corn growing at this corner here because I didn't have enough potatoes to plant the entire garden bed. So I have planted corn, and then at the edge of this garden bed, I have my kale plant, which I had planted last year. Yes, I planted this last year. It has overwintered this year, and then I have all of the zinnias that are growing on this space here. And what I did also this time around, yesterday I had come in and added some sweet potatoes all over this garden bed to try and balance things out. And I also still have my potatoes, of course, because it was supposed to be a potato garden bed, but okay, since I didn't have enough, I now have some sweet potatoes. I do not know the variety of sweet potatoes I am growing, but I would guess I will find out when it's time for me to harvest. Otherwise, I'm really looking forward to harvesting some sweet potatoes. I haven't grown sweet potatoes in a very long time. I think it's been over 10 years the last time I've grown sweet potatoes. That was the first crop I used to grow. I used to grow them every year, sweet potatoes. So now I guess we are going back to growing some sweet potatoes. And then on this corner here, I do not know what's happening with this cosmos. I do not know. They are growing taller and taller, but I don't see any flowering. But as for the marigolds and the zinnias, they are doing the most. They are flowering. And look at my calendula. It's getting taller and taller, and it's showing a head of a flower there. And at the back there, I don't know what flower that one is. I can't even see it properly. And then at the bottom here, you cannot see my nasturtium. I had planted nasturtiums at this to form, so that they can form an edge or something. And then here, look at the yellowness of this marigolds. And this is the garden bed where all the powdery mildew started, because it was just too overcrowded, so I had to come in and thin out most of the plants. So now everything looks a bit sparse. I just love the color of this. So, but otherwise, when you're looking at it like this, it's still beautiful. It is still very much beautiful. And then, as of this situation here, those sunflowers, they certainly did not give what they are supposed to give. I was expecting some more height because now it feels like I'm growing dwarf sunflowers, and those are not supposed to be this short. I guess with sunflowers, the trick is the watering. So if you are not watering properly, your sunflower will not grow. The more you water, the taller your sunflowers will grow. So that is why I have the situation going on here, because I was not really watering as much as I should be watering. So I guess it's a lesson well learned. Next year I'll have to do better when it comes to watering. Then, and I'm also thinking of getting the gauge sunflowers for next year. Then I can have the tallest sunflower growing in the space, because I'm thinking also I will have a tree somewhere here it can grow, so that I can have a little bit of shade if I want to sit in this area, and at the same time have some color, must have some color. So those are things that are in the works that can bring some love of home in this garden. And on this garden bed, for the longest time, I did not have anything planted. The only thing that was here are those green beans, the wall of green beans, and my sugar loaf cabbages. So yesterday I had come in and planted some eggplants, peppers, and a few more stuff that I want to have growing in this garden bed. Hopefully it will start to bloom with life. And I have cauliflower growing here, which I feel it's a bit late. But then it is what it is. It will just have to bear with the heat, because now it's December and it's really, really, really hot. Hopefully the cauliflower will not bolt on me before it can form some hedge. And just look at how my sugar loaf cabbage is doing so well. And nothing is being eaten. It is being eaten a little bit there and there, but not that much, simply because I have marigolds growing at the edge of them. Where my sugar loaf cabbage ends, I planted marigolds. It's a strategy, guys, because I was just so done having everything have holes in them. So that's what's saving my cabbage. And then here I have my eggplants. I have 3 of them growing, and then I have my peppers. These are green peppers, and I also have my cauliflower, and then I have coriander, and some more marigolds, and then I have jalapeno peppers, guys. I have 2 rows of jalapeno peppers. And guys, if you remember, I had planted the Chinese cabbage. It's bolting. It's just too hot for the Chinese cabbage, so I'm just gonna have to wait and plant it next year around March, April, when the weather starts to cool down. And then my wall of beans have been producing. Even yesterday I did harvest some beans on it. And then at the edge of this garden bed I have my zinnias, guys. Are those not beautiful? If there is something that can bring life in your garden, it's zinnias. This year I'm seeing a lot of colors that I did not have last year. Last year I had planted a lot of pink and orange zinnias, and this year when they came back with a lot of other different colors. Apparently zinnias does that. They don't come back with the same color year after year. You get different colors every year. So I can't wait to see which colors I'll be getting next year. And then on this garden bed, if there is one thing that's just doing terribly in my garden this year, is green peas. Green peas are not performing, guys. They are just not
performing, so I'm thinking of just pulling them out. And as for carrots, guys, I'm going to insert a clip of some of the carrots I harvested yesterday. My carrots are really, 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 really big. For the first time, I've grown big carrots. And then here I have a cantaloupe plant that's growing. I have beetroot, some more beetroot, and there at the corner there I have a purple cauliflower, and then I have spring onion. That's all spring onion. In the middle of it I planted basil yesterday, and there also I planted another pepper plant, and I also planted coriander. And let's appreciate all of this sweet chard. Like, the sweet chard will never disappoint. Will never disappoint. And then at the edge, another bout of color. Look at all of the color, guys. Just look at the color. Is this not beautiful? Is this not just too beautiful? It's just different colors, different shapes. Like, it's a lot to look at. And then on the side, at the corner there, I have my purple broccoli, and I have 3 plants of sugarloaf cabbage, and I have my red onions. All my white onions, guys, they all died. So I'm left with only a few red onion plants. Then at the back there, I also planted white corn, because I was like, I have an open space that's doing nothing. Let me just plant some corn. And there is some self-seeded zinnia there that's growing on its own, and it is white. So I decided to just leave it alone. And then on that side, I have corn growing. That's all corn. And guys, my Nanchi tree, all of my Nanchis, guys, they fell off. I no longer have Nanchis, and I've made peace with that fact. And then at the bottom of the Nanchi tree, I have some self-seeded nasturtiums. And then say hi to my orange tree. Last month it looked like it was ready to give up and die on me, but it's bouncing back, which I am happy about. And then at the edge of this garden bed, I was supposed to have chamomile tea. When we had that heat wave there, all of it died, so I gave up on trying again. So I'm only left with all of this nasturtiums and all of those self-seeded grasses growing right here on my walkway. And then my peach tree is also doing the most. It is growing, guys. It is growing. And at the bottom of the tree, I decided to plant some strawberries. I feel like the strawberries could benefit from the shade of the tree, because hi bo, guys, kuyashisa. So I have about 3 plants of strawberries. Garden bed, ne? Those are the tallest sunflower in my garden. Those are the only tallest. Ooh, yes. The bees, ne? Those are the tallest sunflower in my garden. I guess I was watering more on this part of the garden than my other. And funny enough, this and the other side were planted on the same day, given the same treatment, but only this side managed to grow this big. Some things, Nje, sometimes you can never understand where gardening is concerned. But I am happy with the fact that I have this growing. I have quite a lot of bees. They are enjoying the sunflower. This one looks to be done. I even made a face out of it. And then at the bottom here, I have zinnias growing. And then I have calendula that's also flowering. Look at the beauty of the flower. I did deadhead, and deadheading did help because now I'm seeing some more flowers. And yesterday I harvested my gem squash. I think I will pull this plant out. And then my cantaloupe, it's starting to grow a little bit more. And then I also have my watermelon plants which are growing. Hopefully this year I will have watermelon. I'm just worried that now that I started having powdery mildew in my garden, they will also have powdery mildew, then they will suffocate and then end up not producing any fruits. And I have marigolds at the bottom there, and look at all the alyssum that's growing. Just look at it. Is this not beautiful, guys? This is very, very, very beautiful. Now I know for a fact that I'll be growing some alyssum every year. And I have a cantaloupe plant growing. And this is what I'm talking about. Look at how short these sunflowers are looking in this garden beach. Just look at this. They are really, really, really on the shorter side. Like, look here and look there. The height difference, ne? It's just out of this world. The height difference, it is just out of this world. And all of the calendula that was here, I'm only seeing one plant left. It just didn't do as well as the other one did on the other side of the garden. So guys, I'm going to end this video here. If you like this kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up below and leave a comment. And another thing guys, if you haven't noticed, I seem to be posting a lot. I have quite a lot of content, so in December I'll be posting 3 times a week. I'll be posting 3 times a week. I'll be posting Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, but Sundays are strictly for gardening videos. That will not change. So Nje, hopefully you guys will like the videos that I'm producing for you guys. As for this video, I've recorded using my camera, and I hope to hear from you guys. What do you think of the quality and the audio? Please comment it down below so that I can know where to improve. See you guys on my next video. Bye.